get on the track is ever living it for life, yo.
It's got to be.
Let's get into it before it's all over. I ain't playing, I heard it might be over. I'm not clean cut, I wanna get slightly over. Your rhymes are whack, you need to do them over. When I attack, say bye, your life is over. Coming from the under, it's time to get over. You can ride me, boo, but then let me turn you over. These petty MCs, I step on the wall. Turn my mic up loud so you can't talk over. Babylon system, my people fight over and over again. Why it just can't be.
And we are now getting set for 10 rounds in the heavyweight division as the former title challenger David Tua Man Tua will be taking on Cerrone Fox.
It's back to the basics. I mean, I know I've got a decent left hook, but if I don't have the basic delivering system that would allow me to get that off, it means nothing. When I talk about the basics, it means having a good jab, you know, knowing your distance. So it certainly is it's a blessing in my career this time to be working with not only a good coach, a good trainer, but a good teacher in Roger Bloodworth. So that's pretty much where things are at. So yeah, I'm very confident, certainly with the outcome of the last fight, but that was then and this is now.
And Steve, this certainly should be an interesting contest, as here is the native of Auckland, New Zealand, David Tua. He represented New Zealand at the 1992 Olympic Games in Barcelona, winning a bronze medal before turning pro in 1992. He then quickly became respected for his ability to end fights early. He has a devastating left hook. And Steve, he has fought some of the biggest names in boxing, but he has fallen short of winning a world title thus far. And Steve, here tonight, looking to be in the best shape of his career, he truly believes he has what it takes to reach a world title someday.
And absolutely, I think he can reach a world title. In fact, I managed two fighters that fought him, Ike Ibeabuchi and Obed Sullivan, and I can tell you firsthand, David Tua's left hook has as much power as any heavyweight in the division. The question has been recent past, can he get back that old magic? I think getting down in weight, he has a chance to do that.
And Steve, his opponent, 28-year-old Cerrone Fox from nearby Benton Harbor, Michigan. He started boxing at an early age to stay out of trouble, and he did have an extensive amateur career, a two-time Golden Glove champion, turned pro in 2002, and had a very good start to his career, but Steve, lately his career has hit a bit of a snag as he tries to turn his career around.
Yeah, and you notice here with the tail of the tape, he's 28 years of age, he's 220, 6 foot, he's younger than Tua, he's a little lighter than Tua, but don't underestimate him. He's fought some really good fighters. I saw him fight the gold medal winner Alexander Povatkin, and he did as well as anybody did with him. It's a good test for David Tua, especially when you're facing another experienced heavyweight who's fought top competition.
And right now, let's get the official introductions and send it into the ring, and our ring announcer, Andre Kordomash.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is brought to you by Carlos Linas International Productions and Blue Cap Promotions in association with Cedric Kushner's Gotham Boxing. It will be contested in the heavyweight division and is scheduled for 10 rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man has a professional record of 8 victories, with all 8 of his wins coming by way of knockout and only 5 defeats. He weighed in at 220 pounds and fights out of St. Joseph, Michigan. Please say hello to Cerrone Fox. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, weighed in at 234 pounds. He is a 1992 Olympic bronze medalist, a former NABF and USBA champion, and a former world title challenger. He has an extraordinary professional record of 48 victories, 41 by way of knockout with just 3 defeats. Fighting out of South Auckland, New Zealand, please welcome the Tua Man, David Tua!
Center of the ring. Okay, both your trunks are right where they're supposed to be, right on the navel, okay? Anything below is going to be considered a low blow. We already went over the rules. Touch them up, come out at the bell, may the best man win.
We are set now for 10 rounds in the heavyweight division, the big boys of boxing. David Tua in the black trunk, Cerrone Fox in the black with white trim. There's the bell. Round number 1.
And Fox is known as a big puncher. He has a knockout. Oh, he just got hit with a big punch. Double left hook by Tua has him in a little bit of trouble.
And there's that devastating left hook we've seen time and time again from Tua, and that one landed right on the head.
And Cerrone Fox has power himself. He upset a prospect by the name of John Poor just 2 fights ago, a 17-1 fighter. He knocked him out in the first round. He certainly took some big left hooks there, but he is, to his credit, hanging in there. A lot of lesser fighters would have been knocked out. But Tua is beginning to answer some of the questions. Does he have the old fire? Does he have the same activity? He came out there, he threw a lot of punches quick, tried to take out his opponent, and I think we're seeing a rejuvenated David Tua. He has a real live opponent in front of him. It'll be a good test tonight, Tom.
Cerrone Fox right now, the right and left of his own.
And those punches by Fox do have a lot of power. Fox is known as a power puncher. When he wins by knockout. He had an extensive amateur career. He's not intimidated by Tua. So this will be a real test for Tua. I actually think it will be good for Tua if he can go a few rounds, knock off some more of that ring rust.
David Tua known for stopping fights early. In fact, he knocked out Michael Moore and John Ruiz within 30 seconds.
Well, he knocked out my fighter, Obed Sullivan, in 2 minutes, and he had never been stopped before 9 rounds before. He has a tremendous left hook. But the other thing about David Tua, if he doesn't get you early, he can come back late. He stopped Hasim Rockman late. He stopped Oleg Niskayev, David Izon. So he's one of these fighters that even if he's behind 7 rounds to 2, always has the power. And you notice that he just threw a nice, good left hook.
And a right.
Those shots have power. I can see Cerrone Fox's face from here, and he is visibly grimacing every time he got hit.
An uppercut, and then a left hand followed by a right by Tua.
And he's actually walking in fence post a little bit. Fox does not have his legs under him. Tua has really hurt him to the upstairs, and now he lands a left hook to the body as well. But it's a good systematic first round by Tua. He's showing good arsenal. He's showing both the left and right hook as well as uppercuts and right hands. And what I especially like about Tua here is he's showing good activity. He's also being patient. It looks like he's prepared to either go for a short fight or a long fight, whatever Fox gives him.
And missing the left hand is Cerrone Fox.
And give Fox credit. I mean, he's taken some very tough blows and has stayed in there. I mean, that right hook that just landed there, you can tell really hurt him.
Not too many guys would still be standing in there as we come now to about 15 seconds remaining in this round.
I don't know if you can see it, but the right of Cerrone Fox's face is already swelling up. Shows you the power of those punches.
And we come now to the end of round number 1, scheduled for 10.
Bill.
There's one thing, when he throws that clumsy punches, he leaves himself wide open.
Well, there's that left hook. It's probably the best left hook in the division. Lands flush on the jaw. But to Tua's credit, he comes back with also a right. So he's staying active. He's not just one punching. And he tried to set it up with the jab.
A little on the head.
At the mouthpiece. All right, keep him out in front of him.
Round number 2. This one's scheduled for 10. David Tua in the black, Cerrone Fox with the black and white trim. And Steve, we've had a taste of David Tua in round number 1. What do you think so far?
I think it's a good sign. He's got his weight down. He used to fight up in the 250s. He's down in the 230s. I like his activity rate. He has an awkward fighter in front of him. I don't know if you noticed, but Cerrone Fox just turned from orthodox to southpaw about 15 or 20 seconds ago, and he's throwing punches from odd angles, and he's also moving. So it's giving Tua a lot of different looks, but Tua is maintaining his pace. I think it was a good first round. This is the exact type fight he needs. You notice Fox just turned lefty to righty again. So it's going to be a good test for David tonight to see where he is, because he has a live underdog opponent in front of him.
And one thing that is evident is that there's a lot of sting behind those punches we've seen from Tua already.
There are, but also Fox is known as a pretty good puncher, and he's landed some of those right hands. There goes another one he bounced off Tua's head. But
looping right hand there, missing wildly.
Tua is known for a very good chin.
And there's that left hook. In fact, Fox better be careful with those looping shots because he's going to make himself very vulnerable to that left hook.
Yeah, he throws his punches wide, and David throws his straight down the pike. So I think Cerrone Fox best out.
That takes down Fox. More. Referee right now counting.
7, 8.
Back on his feet is Fox. And this fight is going to continue.
Well, give Fox credit for getting up. He looked into his corner like he was thinking about whether to stay down. That was a tremendous left hook, and David is known as a very good finisher. Oh, and a good right hand on top of that. And that's it. That's the finish.
The referee,
No, it's a standing 8.
giving Fox a standing 8 count here, as he's certainly in a whole heap of trouble.
8, you doing all right?
As David Tua, I'm sure, is going to come on strong right here and try and put it into it. And a left hook again puts down Fox. And this fight is in fact over. What an impressive performance by David Tua.
Tremendous
Certainly
performance.
answering a lot of questions here tonight.
Yeah, he answered a lot of questions. He was active. He threw a lot of punches. I'll be interested to hear what he has to say in the ring. But that looked like the old David Tua. He's put the heavyweight division on notice. He's back, and they better look out for that left hook.
Cerrone Fox is back on his feet. He looks to be okay. But David Tua taking one step closer to getting back where he wants to be in the heavyweight division. And let's take a look at that first knockdown. As you see Tua coming in, right to the body, and there's that left hook that put him down. There you see David Tua hugging some family. Very nice man. Had a chance to speak with him yesterday. Very grateful for the opportunities he's had. And we are certainly looking forward to seeing the progression of David Tua and seeing where his career goes from here. As Cerrone Fox continues to struggle, trying to get his career back on track. And here's that devastating left hand, followed by a right and then an uppercut. And that was all she wrote. The fight was over right there. The referee had seen enough, and I'm sure Cerrone Fox had seen enough as well. Let's get the official time of the stoppage and send it into the ring, and our ring announcer, Andre Cordeman.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute and 41 seconds of the second round. Your winner by technical knockout, the Tua Man, David Tua!
And congratulations to David Tua Man Tua, now upping his record to 48 wins, just 3 defeats, 1 draw, now with 41 devastating knockouts. And let's send it into the ring to our own Steve Munisterry, who's standing by with the winner. Take it away, Steve.
David Tua, tremendous performance, David. Did you just put the heavyweight division on notice that you're back?
Moving on the tour, I'm more of after le North Tapway, but yeah, man, Malusa more, le North Tapway. GA Modio, Denakoto Katoa. Well, you know, it's been a very grueling two weeks, especially straight after a good performance with Montana. And I don't know, maybe the heavyweight division will sit up and take notice, I guess. But I'm happy with this performance, but I'm not satisfied. And I know my man Cedric will work very, very hard to get me back in the ring again. And if anything else, this is where it's at, and I need to stay active. And you know, the brother here has obviously given me the opportunity to be on the show here. And you know, Carlos has done a great job. It's a great card to be on. So yeah.
Well, one thing I noticed, it looked like your activity level was up in this fight. Is that a function of the weight coming down? Because you were throwing punches and combinations. I noticed both left and right hooks and right hands and uppercuts, a really good arsenal of punches.
I believe timing is everything, and the time is now. Everything happens for a reason. The time that I've spent away from the sport that I love, allows me to have a great rest and allows me to, you know, get back on board with Cedric, and certainly to get back on board with Lee Parodi, and obviously not only a good coach, a good trainer, but a great teacher in Roger Bloodworth. I mean, the stuff that we're doing now, you know, gives me a lot of satisfaction, but they're nothing fancy. Basics, fundamental. I know I've got a decent left hook, but if you don't have the basics, which means if I don't have a good jab that would allow me to get that left hook off, it means nothing. So it is what it is. I'm happy.
Well, where do you think you are now? This is your 7th fight back. Do you think you're just a couple of fights away now from a world title challenge to be at that level? Well,
to be honest, you know, I'm a professional. I take everybody with the same respect as if I'm fighting a world champion. And this fight tonight was a world title fight for me, regardless of who the opponent was. So I don't know. I think timing is everything. More importantly, I need to stay focused on what I need to do. And if anything else, I need to be prepared for my time will come.
Well, let's bring your promoter in, Cedric Kushner, and ask about the future. Cedric, what's next for David Tua?
I think the key, as I said a 3 weeks ago, is activity. So Dave's going to fight again on the 18th of October, and then we'll keep on going. We've put all the champions on notice that Dave's ready, and in particular, we'd like to fight any one of the world champions. There are 4 of them, as you know, Steve, and he's just going to keep on going. October, November, December, with the help of Carlos Limas here. We're working together very closely, and we're going to fight again October 18th.
Well, let's bring Carlos Limas in. Carlos, the Soaring Eagle Casino, tremendous show with Hasim Rahman, David Tua. What can we expect at upcoming fights?
I tell you, big names, big fights here at Soaring Eagle Casino. It's been an honor to have David in his camp. It's been a pleasure working with Cedric. David's entire camp has been first class. I feel lucky to be a part of it. Soaring Eagle is a great place. We have a sellout crowd here, and it's a beautiful venue for boxing. I'm excited for it to come back.
Well, Tom, back to you. An exciting performance by David Tua. He certainly has put the heavyweight division on notice, and not only is David Tua back, but the left hook and the knockout is back as well.
It certainly is, Steve. Thank you very much, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at some more action from David Tua. A very impressive performance here tonight. And yes, it is safe to say David Tua, man, is back. And we will be back with more right after this.